Hello, welcome to the Golf Swing Weekly Fix. My name is Mark Crossfield. I'm getting a lot of comments at the moment with people asking if I can do videos on teaching aids. So look, we've got a group of swings here, a lot of swings, all doing slightly different things wrong. We've got a group of closed club face players on the backswing. We've also got a few who chicken wing on the way through, don't come through the ball in a very connected way. So I've got a teaching aid in my hand. This is called the Swingyde. These are cheap little bits of plastic that go on your club, can help you understand how to improve your swing when you're practicing. Let's get stuck in. So the teaching aid, lots of people are asking for me to give them some teaching aids or show them which ones might be better for their game. Look, I've got the Swingyde on my club here, and we're going to deal with the guys who are first of all taking the club back and getting it to the top of their backswings with the face slightly closed. This is a great piece of kit for trying to help you to make backswings where the club face relates better to your left arm and then to the way you're turning. And it'll start giving you the feel of what you need to do to get these movements in sync. Now the first thing we've got to say about teaching aids, look, is they're not the answer. This won't make it better and then you can forget everything else. If these are used correctly, they can help you get the feel and understanding of what you need to do to start making some better movements. If used incorrectly, they're absolutely useless. They don't work at all. So it's about trying to use the teaching aids in the way they've been designed, instructions in the box and what have you of how to set this one up. So basically I've got it set up on the club. It's a very simple device. You get this little cupping device at the end here, which going to start to sink into where my left arm position gets, basically. And then this rod is basically mounted on the club square to the club face. So what you'll see, if the club face starts getting out of sync with the hands, the rod moves from side to side. So if I was to close the face, you can see this rod now is not square with my left arm in any way. And if I put a hinge into my backswing, which you know we all do, chances of getting that to sit in the right place in relationship to my arm is impossible now. And equally if you're open, so we got one swinger here also goes back and opens the club face. What happens if I open the club face, start making a hinge, actually relates to my right arm rather than my left. So this is a great aid to try and get you guys who are swinging the club with the club face not quite working. It gives you the feel to try and make that movement stronger and more square with the face, so more controlled. So simply all you do once you set yourself up, you take yourself to the top of your backswing. First things you want to do is see where this relates. So for me, my club set on my backswing, this little cup sits onto my left arm when I get up to the top of my backswing nicely. Now the reason I know that's going to happen is because I'm pretty aware that my club face is quite square as I swing. For you closed swingers, what you're going to find when you get to the top of your backswing, this cup moves over your arm. For the open swinger in the video, you're going to find that it moves between your two arms. Now, what you're going to see, often the first point I would always check for anyone who's getting the club face wrong is grip. If your grips are neutral and you're getting this wrong, it's going to be to do with the way you're hinging your wrist. So you're setting like a double wrist hinge in either way. So you're either flipping the wrists open or flipping them closed to close the club face. 9 times out of 10, you'll find it relates back to the grip. So you've got to check back to your grip. Obviously, through these videos, I can't quite see what your grips are doing. So lots of grip videos on YouTube. Have a look at them, see if your grip relates, then get the Swingyde on your club and see if it makes a difference if you tweak your grip. Now, if it's not your grip, it's going to be easier. It's going to be a case of just trying to hinge your wrists in a slightly different way. So either flattening your left wrist with your left arm a little bit more or even cupping it a bit more subject to the grip that you're using at the start. Great tool, guys. Like I say, this only works though if used correctly. I've got this set on a very user-friendly iron. It's a big ping iron here, and I can actually hit shots with this Swingyde. And what happens, I'm only hitting them halfway, but I can feel this setting onto my forearm as I make my backswing and my through swing. I'm only hitting little shots, but it just gives me the feeling of where I should be going with the face in relationship to the club path to keep that club face on track. So great little tool. Teaching aids, I'm not a massive fan of teaching aids. I think there's some awful ones out there, but there are some little gems that can really help if used in the right situation. For you guys swinging back, getting the club face closed, one of you there getting open, this is a great teaching aid for you to put on your clubs and actually see exactly why your face is getting in the position it is. If you feel that you're making a backswing and it's not in your grip, you've checked your grips, they're neutral, you've got to be then thinking about the way you're hinging your wrist and just practice trying to get that to cup onto your left forearm to make that movement stronger. Let me know how you get on. So look, same teaching aid, different fault, common fault. I see this one day in, day out. The chicken wing on the way through. So what we see from these guys, these swingers, is we see the left elbow coming around the side of the body very, very quickly. So popping out this side. Where from strong hitters, what you'll tend to find is that the left elbow stays inside the body line for a lot longer. It's not until they're nearly finishing the follow through that the left elbow starts to pop out. The reason that's happening is because the arms are related simply to the body on the way through. They're turning it all together and then hinging up and over. They're not separating, getting this elbow moving away from their body and separating from the shape of their body turn. They're staying more connected on the way through. Now this, again, the Swingyde, this is where this can work really, really well. What you want to do is just do a few practice swings to your follow through position and see how natural or unnatural it is to get this cupping onto your left arm on the way through. Do it with one arm if you want, just to break it down. How easy does that feel to get into that position? Now most chicken wings come from poor grip, through the middle of the palm rather through the base of the palm. That's what I find in my lessons. If you're holding it through the middle of the palm, you're going to find getting this onto your left elbow almost impossible, or getting this onto your left forearm, so almost impossible unless you start letting go of the club. So again, first point of call, just check your grip so that the club's in the base of your palm. Once you've done that, a few demo practice swings just to feel that hinging up onto your left forearm. Now if you can do this at the same time of trying to keep your elbow tucked in, you'll feel how much rotation is giving the club. Really gets the club flipping over. Opposed to the chicken wingers out there, you'll find that the face is staying open, left arm parts, this is the elbow going forwards, and this gets nowhere near getting onto your forearm. Now most people I do this with, they feel, when they get the Swingyde working, they feel like they're doing almost this on the way through, just flipping it straight up onto their shoulder. Now that's a relative feeling, as in relative to what you're used to. You're all used to holding off with your left elbow. So if it feels like that, as long as you're getting that setting onto that left forearm, just go with it and try and replicate that feeling with a shot. Again, with the Swingyde, you can use this on the way through. I've hit a shot there. I mean, I've hit it at kind of 60%, just so I don't whack this onto my forearm. I mean, it does come with a little armband to help me protect, but I just like to keep it nice and slow to break down the movement so I can feel it better. To get rid of this horrible chicken winging swings, if you can just practice on getting the right hinge and release with your left hand, the right hand will follow, you'll find that you'll hit the ball straighter, stronger, much better strikes, rather than trying to lead with your left elbow so much. So look guys, hope that helps. That is a little bit of tuition there using a teaching aid. Teaching aids are good. They've got to be used in the right situation, and they've got to be used with a little bit of understanding. Otherwise you're just using them for purpose's sake. You're not actually understanding why you're using them, and that's the main point. I think when using a teaching aid, you've got to really start to think about what is actually happening. What is happening differently there to my left arm in relationship to my body, elbow, hand? What's different to when I normally hit? If you can identify those differences, and that's where teaching aids really come into their own, then you can start applying those different feelings to your shot, and you'll start hitting some better shots. Hope that helps guys. Thanks for sending the swings, and we'll see you all soon.